Hi, everybody. My name is Adam Rossen and from the Rossen Law Firm, and we are here with I've talked to you guys about AI-driven strategies for law firms. Man, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself as well?
Of course. Yeah. My name is Attorney Manny Sir. I'm the managing partner of the Rosen Law Firm. I'll be carrying the last three sections of it, and you'll have the pleasure of listening to Adam for the first section.
And Manny, it's crazy that your first name is Attorney and you're an attorney. So I mean, it's almost like it was meant to be.
Almost.
All right.
And you'll get to listen to his bad jokes, everyone, as well. So sorry about that.
Exactly. Well, hopefully not too many bad jokes. All right, so here we are. We're going to be talking about AI-driven strategies for law firms and how we've done it at Rossen Law Firm to help us grow, help us scale from a variety of different ways, from marketing perspectives with customer service initiatives, and how we handle our cases and how we are able to be more efficient and get better results for our clients. The part that I'm going to really focus on right now is going to be about the marketing component of it, and Manny's going to take us home with the practice management component and what we do on some of our cases, and just some really cool stuff as well outside of the marketing component. First of all, is who are we at the Rossen Law Firm? So this is us. We help good people when bad things happen to them. We are a criminal defense firm in South Florida. We have 6 attorneys and about 25 total staff. And most criminal firms are very small. It's one lawyer and a trustee sidekick, or 2 partners that have more of an eat what you kill setup, more of a office, sharing and expense sharing arrangement. We've built a big firm. We want to be Suits when the rest of the criminal law industry is Better Call Saul. And how have we done that? So in some part, we've done that because of leveraging AI, and we have some very big plans to grow even further. We want to continue to grow our firm and to help clients in our area. So because of that, we're continuing to always leverage new technologies and especially artificial intelligence. These are our 6 lawyers. That's a little bit about the firm. Now, who am I? I'm the owner and the CEO of the Rossen Law Firm. This bio talks just a little bit about some of the cool initiatives we've done with YouTube. We do a lot of different things. We like to be cutting edge. It's really important to me, just in the way that the world is and the landscape is, for us to always be cutting edge. And the great thing is this is a webinar for practicing attorneys, and most attorneys are not very cutting edge when it comes to technology, which is really interesting because attorneys at their core are problem solvers. So if we're supposed to be coming up with great new ways to solve problems and figure out how to get to yes and how to make that legal argument, then you would think that we would also be very innovative and at the forefront of tech. But for whatever reasons, we're not. Maybe that's what law school kind of beats into us. But again, today's lecture is really to try to have people be forward-thinking, progressive, and come up with new creative ideas to grow their firm, scale their firm, and to have better customer service, better client touch points, and better case results for your clients. This is a little bit about me. Anybody wants to connect with me, LinkedIn's a great way, Instagram's a great way. You can always email me as well. Now, there's going to be 4 sections of this lecture. I'm going to talk about section 1, and then Manny's going to take us home on 2, 3, and 4. So the first one that I'm going to be discussing is AI in law firm marketing. Okay, so here we are, AI in law firm marketing. All right. So when we're talking about AI, I want everybody to really understand this, and you'll hear this from me, you'll hear this from Manny, you'll hear this from a lot of people that are using AI. It is not a replacement, it is an enhancement. Okay? And I know Manny's going to give some brief case examples of some lawyers that have gotten into trouble. And anybody on here, I think you have to have the right mindset to it this before you just start diving into AI, to something completely brand new. There's been a few lawyers across the country and across the world who have already been in deep trouble because they used AI to replace themselves, a law clerk, to do all the work for them. And that's just not the case. Okay. It's an enhancement. So it's a tool. It's a tool that is best used at by human direction and human guidance and trusting but verifying. If you've ever heard that phrase, trust but verify, you need to do that with AI. So you always need to be double and triple checking the work. But and some people might say, well, but Adam, if we have to double and triple check it, then doesn't that defeat the purpose? And I'd say absolutely not, because if you have to double check the work of a law clerk or a young associate, or even, a partner in the firm, somebody who's been there for a while, you have to do that anyway in most situations. But what AI does is it allows you to be much faster, and it allows you to scale, meaning if we can be faster and more efficient, then you can handle more cases in your service. We use it for marketing and outreach. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We use it for client engagement, more touch points that appear to be human one-on-one, but really it's through AI. And of course, you have to do it the right way, so that way it doesn't appear robotic or fake. We also use it for data analysis, through our marketing. And we'll be talking about that for, whether it's SEO, search engine optimization for our digital marketing aspects, whether it's, we use a lot of different programs, whether it's data for our client or customer data, whether it's for analytics, demographics, but more importantly, psychographics of our clients. What do they like? What are they watching? What types of people are going to engage our services, instead of other types of people, right? Who is our client avatar? And also coming up with autoresponders and follow-up sequences that are more than just a custom build, like, autoresponders and sequences have been around forever. But you build out a 5 email, 10 email autoresponder sequence and it's set and forget. But that's good. But AI, when you build it in there, is better, because then it appears more custom, more human-like, instead might have built 2, 3, 4, or 5 years ago. And there is no back and forth reaction. It's just sending another thing and then sending it. So those are some of the things that we're going to be discussing about. And yes, AI is the absolute future, and the future is here now. Okay. So why is artificial intelligence essential in law firm marketing here in 2024 and beyond? So there's a lot of tools right now that have been around for years. Salesforce, HubSpot, lately MailChimp, Agorapulse, all these have been around for years. But now they're building in their own AI tools within these. Our firm, we use Salesforce for everything. So a few years ago, I said, well, look, we want to grow and scale. And instead, we were previously on a different, a law-specific practice management platform. And I said, well, look, we're kind of outgrowing this one. Maybe we can go to another law specific, and that might be good for 5 years. But I said, you know what? I want us to be on something that we're going to be good for the next 30, 40, 50 years. And so we examined a bunch and we decided that was Salesforce. And Salesforce is really pushing out their own AI tools. Some of it can be powered by, ChatGPT or some of the others, but it's really helping us, especially with an end-to-end solution like Salesforce, scale all aspects. Now, when we're talking about marketing, right, we can use some of these things for precision targeting. So we're able to use AI to target, again, the right audience for us. So here at Rossen Law Firm, our right audience is not everybody who's been arrested for a crime. We've realized that since we're a little on the higher end, that there's a certain type of client avatar that works much better with us, that appreciates our services better. So we represent professionals. We represent people that have a lot to lose. We represent people who it might be their first or second time through the criminal justice system, and they need a lot of handholding, and they want that customer experience and that customer service instead of, yeah, you be quiet, you let me do the work. I'm the lawyer, you're the client. Don't worry, I'll talk to you in 3 months, and I'll snap my fingers, I'll make it all disappear. That's not the type of clients that we have. That's not the type of service that we give. So through precision targeting, we can really look and analyze, all right, well, what's important to these people? Where do we find these people? How do we market to these people? So it really helps us hone in on our niche a lot better. Personalized communication. So again, when we're talking about, being able to scale, and over the last few years, there's been two seismic shifts in in scalability in the law. The first one would definitely be, during COVID, the rise of people working from home, which then has allowed the rise to have global virtual assistants. Our firm, we have about 10 VAs from all over the globe, all different time zones, different continents, not every continent yet. That would be pretty cool when we can and do that. But we have people all over the world who are amazing employees at a fraction of the cost. They're getting paid very well for their country and their economies. And that's helped us to scale. And that was really big in the first 2 or 3 years of COVID with shifting people's beliefs. And now we've had artificial intelligence as well. So both of these can allow law firms to scale, to be more efficient, to handle more cases, to get more clients while keeping the costs and the down and the profit margins higher, which is very important because as lawyers, I know law school doesn't really teach us this, but law is more than just a profession. It is a business, and you have to balance the profession with the business, because without a business, right, then there is no law profession. There are no lawyers that are happy, healthy, and being able to help our clients. Okay. So let me actually go back that slide. Another thing that I want to discuss, some examples that we're using, we talked about client data. We do target the email campaigns for specific different type of people and our services. We are even able to look, and make sure that the messaging hits the right person at the right time, with the right issues, and their, to really hit on their fears and their problems, and to help them solve their problems and help them understand why Rossen Law Firm is the best choice for them. Okay. It also allows personalized client engagement. So where, it's not just dear name and then there's a name there, right? We can really go back and forth and make sure that our clients are getting the answers that they deserve. There's 24/7 chat bots. Now, there's quite a few law firm live chat services that are very generic. Now, they tell me even the one we use, they tell me that it's a real person, but it seems like it's canned responses and not very good. But there's now AI powered chat bots. One example is Drift, where it is an actual back and forth based on the conversation. And so in a lot of ways, it gives faster responses. It gives more logical responses than human beings. And when we're talking about using it from an AI perspective, there's ways where you can download your own voice and your own thoughts and your own, I guess, your way of speaking into chatbots, which is really cool. If, for example, at our firm, we present quite a few CLEs. So we have, through My Law CLE, we've previously did a 4-hour CLE presentation. We can download that, either the transcript or the audio, have AI read, review it, summarize key points, use that even for a chat bot. There's so many different things that you can do with AI. And obviously I talked a little bit earlier about the automated follow-ups, with HubSpot, Salesforce, appointment reminders, all those different things. So it I want you to think of this as a significant enhancement to give again, when done right. Okay. And yes, there is a lot of upfront time in these. And we're in the beginning of the AI wars to see, which companies are going to be better than others, which are going to take over and consolidate. So it's going to be very interesting over the next few years. We're only about 2 years in to ChatGPT now, or at least when ChatGPT released 3.5. ChatGPT has been around for a while. Most people just didn't know about it. So that's really important that these tools, they're optimization tools. Think of it for some of the practitioners who are my age or well, really even older than me. But even if you're younger than me, think about it in these terms. What did using computers do to the legal profession? Before the clerk of the courts were all online, what did you have to do to find out about your court dates? You got something in the mail, or you had to go to the clerk of the court, right? If, for example, in criminal defense, if a new client comes in and you want to read that police report, how did you get the police report? I don't know because it was all online when I started practicing, but I'm assuming you would have to go to the police station or physically go to the clerk of the court. Maybe they would fax it to you. Maybe you would have to go yourself. And if that client said, well, I don't know if I have a court date or not, right? What do you have to do? You had to call in, and there was, at least I know in South Florida, there was an automated like telephone line where you had to punch in the case number or client information, and it was a total pain in the butt. So when everything became on the computer and email became popular, again, it allowed people to scale their law firms. You didn't have to hire runners to go drop off and file things by hand or to pick up police reports anymore, right? Some of those positions became obsolete. But again, the good thing was you no longer had to pay an employee to do that. So it allowed us to be more efficient, to scale our businesses, to take home more profit, and really to help more people. And that's the key. Okay. So what are some targeted marketing strategies with AI? We've been able to use this to, again, categorize audiences into target groups based on specific needs, criminal defense, family, personal injury. We've been able to use a lot of predictive analysis. So to look at maybe which of our potential new clients are likely to convert, right? And we, again, may think that we know who our target client is. We may think that, right? And we may have some data or historical data to say, well, we're going back about, this person, oh, I love representing doctors, or nurses really do well. I do really well with representing nurses who get a DUI. Okay, fine. But maybe the analytics and the data says something else. Maybe it says that we're actually better on working street crimes and drug cases, right? So having a feel is good, right? And has got us so far. But to get us to the next level, you need high level analytics and data, and AI can sort through that so much faster than a human being. And if you look at the biggest companies in the country and in the world, they all have analytics departments. They're all looking at the most granular data. And for most of us as small business owners, small law firm owners, it's really hard. So, we don't have the budgets or the staff or even some of the technical knowledge to do that. So with artificial intelligence, it allows us to play catch up to the big boys and the big girls and the big firms that are doing this. And content customization and content creation. That's a big thing that I'm going to be talking about, in a few slides. But the ability to pump out legal marketing content is just absolutely unmatched by AI. And I'm going to talk about the good, and I'm going to talk about the bad, and really, some best practices for that. All right. So what are some kind of other, practical results of this? So if you have an internal marketing team like we do here at Rossen Law Firm, it allows us to have a smaller team, right? but with a larger impact, because again, we can leverage technology. We use AI tools like Surfer for SEO is a really good one. Now, understand, and again, I'm going to talk about this a few times. You can't just say, put in a chat GPT, write me a blog post on this, this, and this, because Google's getting smart. The search engines are getting smart. They don't like AI content. They want real, authentic content that follows their EEAT guidelines. That's a whole nother lecture for a different day. But the bottom line is, a tool like Surfer SEO is an enhancement. A tool like ChatGPT can help us with the topics, the frequently asked questions. It can help with the content curation, the starting point, the ideas. And that's so important. And then when you come up with the ideas, you can, you write it yourself in your own voice, create 50 FAQ questions regarding, domestic violence cases, right? You know, and stuff like that, right? And then you take those and you create the content yourself, okay? And then from there, you can plug it in a tool like Surfer SEO, which will, through artificial intelligence and advanced analytics, it will tell you, tweak it this way. Your competitors are beating you on these terms. So you can look at your competitors, you can tweak the article because it knows what type of language and what type of flows work best in Google's eyes for Google's algorithm. So again, we can make data-driven decisions to improve our SEO, improve our rankings, improve our marketing. There's some other tools, Power BI and Tableau, that give amazing data insights that you can use as far as from the practice management perspective, with high advanced analytics, and compare one lawyer to another, or how long our cases stay in a certain stage versus a different stage of the case, and compare and contrast. So there's so many things that you can really do with this. And again, Power BI and Tableau are fantastic. Tableau is owned by Salesforce, and it can help kind of end to end with the practice management intake process. For anybody who's growing their firm, you'll realize that the intake process is one of the most essential processes, because you can have great marketing and people that want to hire you, but if you're not converting, if you're not answering the phone, if you're not giving the people what they want, strategy sessions, consultations, if you're not quick to respond, they will go elsewhere, no matter how good your marketing is. So these are all things and tools that can help you gain a competitive edge. Now, what are some problems, right? So, you can't just set it and forget it. Okay. You can't over rely. You can't use this as a panacea and just, say, all right, it's done for you. You wouldn't do that with an employee. So why would you do that with AI? Okay. You have to test, retest, view it, make it better. It's the same, none of us were as good of lawyers a year or two ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago as we are now. We are always constantly evolving and getting better and learning ourselves. So we should be doing the exact same with all of our technology, especially with AI. So you want to make sure that it's not depersonalizing it. You want to make sure that you're trusting but verifying. You want to, even survey your clients. And there's certain different types of times that are better than others to survey your clients, but ask them how, they feel, if it was personalized or not. You don't even need to tell them it was AI, but you can ask them about their touch points and how they felt. And, some of your best clients will tell you, because they're going to want you to give better customer service. So it's really good. We are always, we're always surveying our clients here. And some of the products can have a high investment. Some are cheaper than others, right? ChatGPT, and some of those are 20, 30, 40 bucks a month. They're not too bad. But some of the other programs, especially the ones geared towards marketing, and especially the ones that are geared towards lawyers, they tend to give us the lawyer tax and charge us more money. But, again, don't just go out and take a shotgun approach and just buy everything and not know how to use it. There's so many good tools, which can be a little overwhelming, but at the same time, hone in on just one or two in each thing, and research it, view it, and then just use it and start playing around with it. And you should have a budget for this. And again, once you get past that initial like learning curve, you will save a ton of money and be able to scale. And another big thing especially for us attorneys, data privacy concerns. I'm sure Manny will talk just a little bit about that in his presentation, about what we do put into ChatGPT, what we don't put into ChatGPT. We don't put any client information in there. There's some other programs that harness ChatGPT, but put guardrails on it and have extreme data privacy on there. I know, there's one, for example, that was just bought out by Thomson Reuters West, and he'll discuss that. But you don't want to just put in your discovery from a client into just regular Chat GPT, because there's major data privacy issues when you do that. So, key takeaways from this: you can be efficient, you can scale, you just can't over rely on it. And we're in beginning of year 3 of this, right? So the next 5, 10, 15 years are going to be an absolute, AI revolution, and you want to get in early, you want to learn, but you also want to do it right. Some other things. Okay. When we're looking at this from a marketing standpoint, we're using it to hit the algorithm. So, these algorithms, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Google, okay, it's all about high quality original content, where AI can help you scale, like I keep saying, but a lot of it is very formulaic, and Google and these can spot kind of the formulas and the patterns with AI. So AI is great for coming up with topics, but you still got to write it yourself. At least I believe so. You want to be authentic. You always want to talk in your voice. You want to have your brand. So, for us, we have a specific voice. We have a specific brand that really works. People know us. It's authentic to us throughout everything we do: videos, writing, social media, YouTube. When we meet with our clients, it's very consistent, and the algorithms can really tell if it's not you and if it's not authentic. So you don't want to just put out some bland, basic stuff. Again, this can help you scale. It can help you grow. It can help you come up with new ideas, but you still have to be true to yourself. And as you're coming up with these things, one thing I'd recommend is there's a lot of different prompting courses that people can find. There's a bunch on Udemy. There's, you could just search online. There's a bunch, and you need to learn how to write good prompts, because the better you are at telling the AI who you are, what you want to do, and why you want to accomplish this, the better that the AI will actually be able to be there and to help you. So it's not just type in one prompt and you're done. We're constantly, sometimes when I'm coming up with ideas, it might take me 30 minutes of back and forth prompting with ChatGPT to really hone in on the exact specifics that I need in order to give me the ideas to write what I need to write, and move forward with that. So you want to set the context. You want to tell them what your tone is, your brand guidelines are, because otherwise it's just gonna, spit out generic AI stuff, which again can be okay, but you want to do this the right way. And so just look, it's the same thing as Lexis and Westlaw, right? It's, even 20, 25 years ago, it's only going to be as good as your searchability, right? And that's why people needed to, you don't just get Lexis and Westlaw, especially when it first came out, and, and it's going to magically solve all your problems, right? That's why in law school, you're taught how to use the search functions, how to use the programs, how to, put in the right queries. And it's the exact same thing with AI. So, garbage in equals garbage out, quality in equals quality out. Okay. The next slide, these are just some of the tools that we use. Obviously most people know about ChatGPT. Well, now Google Analytics they're using a bunch of AI now. And let me go back to ChatGPT. So right now it's ChatGPT 4.0, and this is the first one that can search the internet to give answers as well. So it is up to real time. You can upload certain files. We don't upload client files, but you can upload certain files. So like I said, maybe some, book transcripts, CLE transcripts, different things that I've done. Like we can upload a ChatGPT. So it really understands more about me and our voice. Um, you know, MailChimp lately, some of these, that have been around for a while, they're really using AI more. And then you have some of the newer ones. So Opus is really good for social media, for cutting down, you might have a 20-minute YouTube video, even a 5-minute YouTube video, and it can automatically uses AI to cut up into clips that are better for social media. So we can have let's say a 10-minute YouTube video, and then we can use Opus to cut that up and we might be able to get 10, 30-second or 60-second clips that then we can use on social media. So we're able to scale much faster. Surfer SEO I talked about as well. That's really good for your SEO and your content writing. Rev has been around for a while, and Rev's now using, Rev's really been going deep with AI. That's for as AI transcription. That's also fantastic to use. And really all of these, you don't have to use all of these. That's also something I really want everybody to understand, is that you don't have to use all of these. Just pick one or two at a time. Okay. So to recap, AI is a tool. It's not a replacement. Okay. Think back to some of the major changes that we've had, whether, over the last, few decades. Okay. Computers, email, Lexis and Westlaw. Okay. They've all been major tools, but they have not been full on replacements. Okay. And so that's really big. You need to maintain your authenticity. It will help you scale outreach, and precision. It'll help you scale everything in your business. And then from that, you can make data-driven decisions. Again, it can be more personalized and better client engagement, or it can be worse, depending on how well you do it, how well you're always testing, optimizing, and getting feedback. And that's the bottom line, is you really need to balance all these things with the human touch. But I can tell you, it has helped us scale our firm tremendously, and don't be afraid of it. I want everybody here to see what it is, understand what it's not, and embrace this as a major game changer for life in general, but also for our businesses, the law profession as a whole. This is me. If anybody wants to keep in touch, just hit the QR code. I'd love to talk to people. All my information, social media, everything is there. We really love meeting new people and kind of sharing what we've learned. And every time I talk to somebody, I learn new things as well. So I hope you folks enjoy this. And with that, I'm going to pass this over to Manny to go with sections 2, 3, and 4.